Today we're going to showcase the top 3 attack strategies at Town Hall 14, including the hero and pet combinations, the army compositions, and the heroes you'll need to get 3 stars. The first attack strategy in this video, and probably the easiest spam attack strategy at Town Hall 14, is Super Dragons. Now, one disclaimer about this video, all the attacking hero levels are going to be 10 levels below max. I want to prove to you guys, you don't need maxed out heroes to get 3 stars. All the pets are going to be level 1, and all the hero equipment is going to be level 15. Now, let's have a look at this attack strategy here. So I am running the Minion Prince with the Owl. Obviously, don't have much choice over hero equipment at this stage, but I prefer the Minion Prince over the Barbarian King here, because we don't need the King. The Queen's got healers on her. She doesn't need the tanking on the outside of the base. You'll notice I'm not running a pet on the Warden. We've only got one air pet, and I don't want to run a ground pet with the Warden and pull the defensive CC or any ground skeleton traps. Then on the Royal Champion, if you've got the Hog Puppet upgraded at this point, you can use it, but I decided to use the OG combination here. If you do have, obviously, the Electro Boots or the Rocket Spear, would definitely recommend using that. One thing I love about Super Dragons is have a look at how quick this 3-star will happen. Now let's focus on what you start with. So you start with your Queen, and I want you to use her Giant Arrow and get as much value as possible. So as you saw, I got rid of 1 sweeper and 2 air defenses there. Can't really ask for much more value, and the Queen's going to set that side of the funnel. Then we use the Baby Dragon on the far left-hand side to set that side of the funnel, and spam Dragons, Warden, then Balloons. Wait a second, come in with your Blimp, and then I want you to double Rage and Warden ability. Now, you are using the Healing Tome, and you might think it's not worth it because your troops haven't taken much damage, but that Healing Tome is going to help your Balloons get into the core of the base, and if there's a bunch of air traps there, they're going to pull them. Now, the Blimp does get to the Town Hall. Unfortunately, there's a Tornado Trap, but just keep freezing. As you can see, we freeze there, and with the Rage, we get the Town Hall down. Now, it's just about aiming your Minion Prince ability and using your last Rage spell, so I use it on the right-hand side, and we're going to keep freezing here. You do have 1 skeleton with this, so I'd use that skeleton spell around single infernos. So you see a single inferno on the back end of the base here. That's also where we used our Minion Prince ability. The Dark Orb is fantastic. My Queen didn't set enough of a funnel, clearly, because there's 4 dragons on the outside of the base with her, but have a look at that. Not a single dragon has died. Yeah, we came in with 6 Super Dragons. We're going to leave with 6 Super Dragons. Unreal. This army is ridiculous. There is no way you can stop it. I didn't even use my Royal Champion, completely swagged. This hit happened so quickly that I'll show you a different approach that you can do on a base where the Town Hall's in the center. When it comes to bases with the Town Hall in the center, some of the time it doesn't make sense to come in with the Blimp. In fact, it's often better to come in with the Flame Flinger, because these Super Dragons, they're going to clear out the core of the base anyway. The Blimp really isn't helping in that sense. Yeah, it minimizes the poison effect of the Town Hall, but what you can do with the Flame Flinger is remove an air defense off a corner like you see here, and we're going to set a funnel with the Baby Dragon there and make it super easy for our Super Dragons to go straight through the center. Then any second now, I'm going to use my Queen on the other side of the funnel. Yet again, we get rid of a sweeper and an air defense. Then we're going to spam our dragons, and look at this. This is the best funnel you could possibly ask for. Dragons are really annoying to funnel. You can see even here, they're trying to go outside of where I've funneled them, but it's nearly impossible for them to do so, except this little prick over here. So we've gotten our dragons to the Town Hall. Now, this Town Hall is going to do a lot of work, but we've got the Flame Flinger on the bottom side, wherein the balloons coming out of it will help on the back end. We still got the Queen on the top side. Really nice Dark Orb ability there. And we've still got the Royal Champion. Now we're spamming down all our utility spells, our freezers, skeletons, invis, you name it. You want to get all of those down now to help your dragons get out of the core. And look, the core got completely blitzed here. We've got the Royal Champion on the top side of the base. Going to use the invis to help her here. If you have the Electro Boots, this would be so much easier. I definitely recommend, if you've got the Electro Boots, to use it. The Flame Flinger is still chilling on the bottom side of the base, and this isn't going to end up looking like an overkill, this attack, but it kind of is. There's no way I can fail it from here. I've got a Queen Charge on the outside, or a Queen Walk, I should say, on the outside of the base. The Royal Champion will just go down. I probably could have kept her alive if I wanted to with this final freeze spell. Definitely could have kept that dragon alive, but yeah. Completely wrecked. Completely wrecked. And just showing that you don't have to blimp all the time. It can be risky if there's NATOs and air bombs everywhere. Some of the time it's just safest to come in with the Flame Flinger, set an epic funnel, and let the Super Dragons do the rest. But if you prefer ground attack strategies, you really can't go past Fireball with the Etitans. Now, the Super Witches are slightly stronger, but they do cost 25k DE every 3 days, and we do already have the Super Wall Breaker in this army. So if you're willing to spend, do the Super Witches. If not, Electro Titans are more than strong enough. Now, in terms of the hero equipment, if you've got the Gauntlet or the Spiky Ball, run them instead of the Rage Vial, but we do need the Earthquake Boots for this. We also need the Healer Puppet with this, but if you don't have the Magic Mirror, it's not the end of the world. You can run Frozen Arrow, Giant Arrow, Archer Puppet, Invis Vial. They're all fine replacements. For the Warden, I've got quite a low Fireball in this video. You definitely want that Fireball higher level, because then you're going to need less Earthquakes, but I'm going to show it's fine with level 15. And in this attack, I do use the OG combination. The Hog Puppet's better, but if you haven't got it upgraded yet, since you do unlock it at this Town Hall, that's fine. The OG combination can work for you. The best advice I could give you for this army, and really any Fireball army where it goes into a smash attack, is you don't need insane Fireball value. We just need a funnel on the outside of the base, get as much value as you can, then we're going to enter the base elsewhere. So for here, I'm aiming up the Fireball on the Expo here. We've got 2 Invis spells with this army, and if you can't be bothered waiting for your Warden to get in position, then just use the Invis spells. That's what I'm going to end up doing here. My level 45 Warden doesn't really do enough damage. Probably would have been better at level 55, which is max for Town Hall 14. So there's Invis, Invis, Fireball goes, Double Quake, and even with the level 15 Fireball, which is nowhere near the max level, you can still take down a whole lot of important defenses. Now we're going to pull the Warden over with the Titans. Look at this beautiful funnel that is set. Then we're going to use the Siege Barracks and the Queen on the far right hand side to push the Titans further in the base. Now we've got the Earthquake Boots and 1 jump spell, so I do use the Earthquake Boots here to force everything in. Then we're going to jump into the very center. These healers are sitting beautifully on the Titans, and what I love about this army is you don't even really need to use the Rage spell on the Titans unless you have to. So I do use one here because there's lots of damage on the Titans, but you can easily use a Rage spell on your Queen as well. You can see we've got the healers on the Queen. They are actually going to switch to the Titans in a sec here, which is completely fine. And look at this. We are in the center of the base, and now we can start using our freeze spells. You can also see on the top side of the base, the Valks out of the Siege Barracks are putting in crazy work, and once they're in a nice area, you can reinforce the Valks with your Royal Champion, and your Royal Champion's just going to sit behind them. They're going to do all the tanking, and your Royal Champion's going to do the damage. Now, if you do have the Hog Puppet upgraded, we'd probably use that instead of either or the Seeking Shield or the Royal Gem. Completely up to you. Same with the epic equipment, it's always going to be better, but I'm just showing you, when you've got the Valks in front, doesn't really matter what equipment you've got on the Royal Champion. Doesn't matter if she's only level 20. She's going to carve through defenses on the back end of the base. I believe we've still got 3 Titans alive. The Titans are ridiculously unkillable, which is what makes this attack strategy ridiculously strong. I bought 4 Titans, we finish off with 3, and we've crushed the base. We're going to finish the video off with one of the toughest armies at Town Hall 14, but once you master it, there is no base you cannot 3-star, and this army applies basically from Town Hall 16 all the way down to Town Hall 10. It is Queen Charge Lalo. In terms of the hero equipment, if you've got the Spiky Ball, run it instead of the Rage Vial. Otherwise, this combination is fine. You need the Frozen Arrow. Now, you can run the Magic Mirror instead of the Invis Vial if you want. I like this combination though. This combination is pretty safe. For the Warden, you can run the Life Gem. I prefer the Healing Tome, but I know some people like the Life Gem with this army. Honestly, both of them are equally as good. Then on the Royal Champion, if you've got, you know, the Hog Puppet, I would definitely recommend that. Obviously, you have it at this Town Hall, but whether you've got it upgraded is a whole other thing, because you got lots of things to spend ores on. But if you've got the Electro Boots or the Rocket Spear, run both of them, but this combination can definitely work too. We're going to start off with the Yeti Bomb Queen Charge Lalo. Now, this is the one I prefer the least. I think it's the least strong, but it is really consistent. You just have to be quite good at your Queen Charges because you are investing a lot into the Queen Charge. So with your Yeti Bomb, you want to pull the CC. That's priority number 1. And priority number 2 is getting a funnel set where you can get value. So here I kill the enemy Queen. We get an Expo down, get a Wizard Tower out of the core of the base, I guess. Unfortunately, we don't get the Multi-Inferno. But then we pull the CC as well. And you're going to see the sort of funnel we're setting here. Because with the Baby Dragon doing good work here, we're actually going to get my Queen to go right into the core of the base here. So this is what you want. When it's really hard to funnel your Queen into the center, just by charging by herself, then you're going to look at using the Yeti Bomb and the Queen Charge off the back of that. Now that my Queen's getting close to finishing the CC, I'm going to put my King down because we're going to use him to push the Queen even further inside the base. You always want to use the King to help the Queen because the King's not going to do much during the Lalo, right? His job's to make sure your Queen gets as much value as possible. So I pop the Queen ability there. And look, the King gets rid of that Wizard Tower, which is huge because it's pushing my Queen towards the scatter shot here. Beautiful CoC balloon gets 2 seeking air bombs or air mines. And then my Queen's in the best position here to go and take down the whole core. I put an invis spell down there just to make sure my Queen goes for the town hall next. That's the benefit of the invis spell in this army. Now we're going to come in with the Lalo, but delay your Lava Hound until you're ready to pop your Warden ability. You don't really need the Lava Hound to tank at the start. So you see I get a couple of Headhunters, the Lava Hound, and look, that's a great Warden pop there. We're negating some traps in the core, but look at this Lava Hound on the top side. It's invincible, sorry. It's taking all the traps, all the defenses. This scatter shot is locked onto that Lava Hound. It's really protecting the rest of our Lalo. In fact, I did this same attack here without getting my Lava Hound in the Warden ability, and I failed the Lalo. My Queen still cleaned up the base, but barely. I failed the Lalo part of it, so it is imperative when you do Queen Charge Lalo, get your Lava Hound in the Warden ability. It's like giving you a whole extra Lava Hound. We pop the Royal Champion ability there to take down the rest of the base. And as you can see, swag in a freeze spell, plenty of balloons up. This is a pretty toxic base for Queen Charge Lalo as well. So we do get the 3-star, but not a complete overkill. And it's always going to be quite close on time because you pull the CC out at the start, and it is a very close attack. So what's the difference if you use a Flame Flinger or a Stone Slammer instead? And now we're Queen Charging on a completely different side of the base because we're using the Flame Flinger instead. Now I'm just going to use the Flame Flinger on this corner. It's not going to get insane defensive value. I'm pretty sure it only gets 6 defensive buildings, but it is going to set a really nice funnel for the Lalo later on. But back to the Queen Charge because we've got a Queen Charge the Town Hall here, and all we've got to use with the Queen is our King and our own brain cells. So what is my best advice for you all when it comes to Queen Charging? Never enter in on a corner. It is so hard to funnel your Queen to go through corner wall breaks because there's so many more buildings you have to get rid of for her to go inside. It is much easier to do exactly what I do here and come in on a side of the base, then use your King to funnel one corner. So my King's funneled this corner of the base. My Queen's already kind of funneled this corner because we started her over here. So we start her down here. Then she comes down and enters through the center. And look, she's going to go straight into the middle here. That is my best advice for you all when it comes to Queen Charging, particularly on these ring bases. Kind of start on a corner, but enter in the middle. So we get the CC out. Thankfully, there's no single Infernos on us at this time. If there was, though, you've got 3 freeze spells and an invis with this army. You've got so many utility spells. So the Flame Flinger has opened on the top side. The Yeti's going to come out. They're not going to do a whole lot, but they will be slightly helpful. They're actually going to tank some shots from the Eagle in a second. Now, what you got to start thinking of at this stage is, well, where do I want a Lalo? Now, most of you would probably say, I want a Lalo from this side. I want to go get this Eagle artillery down. But the big problem with that is there's no air defense on this side of the base. So if the Lava Hound, yeah, we're going to get it in our Warden ability, and it will go over the Town Hall and get some traps, but it's going to sit over here and tank for defenses that we don't need to be tanked for. So what I'm actually going to end up doing, as you see, in about 15 seconds time, also worth noting, look at how late you can start your Lalo and still get a 3-star. 1 minute left in the attack. Still going to get the 3-star with the Lalo here. Generally, you want to start with about 1 minute 20 left. So I decided to come on this side. The Flame Flinger set a funnel on the top to make the Loon pathing much easier, and we can target lots of different defenses at once. I get lucky here. I just get the Lava Hound in the Warden ability. We all know how important that is. I double Rage because I didn't need many rage spells for the Queen Charge. It went super smooth. Now look at how low health these balloons are. So I freeze the scatter shot, I'm pretty sure. Yep, we freeze the scatter shot, but look at the healing tome here. It's going to bring these loons literally back to life. They had no health, and now most of them have green health bars. Royal Champion ability goes off on the bottom side. This was a much spammier Lalo. It's not very technical, but it is very effective, and particularly if you can get even better Flame Flinger value than I got here. I personally prefer the Flame Flinger approach when it comes to Lalo, but if you want to use the Stone Slammer instead, I would do the exact same Queen Charge as we just saw with the Flinger, but obviously because we haven't taken out this area of the base, what we can do with the Stone Slammer that we can't with the Flame Flinger is sneak it in. So we're going to sneak it in here to get rid of this very vulnerable Eagle Artillery that our Queen has helped open up for us. The Stone Slammer doing a great job there. The Laloon is to kind of try and get rid of traps, but obviously the Stone Slammer is quicker. Queen's on the Town Hall, and then we're going to spam the Lalo on the top side. So we're going to come in from a completely different spot of the base. Notice how I haven't put my Lava Hound down yet. There it goes. I do lose a couple of loons to the air defense, but worth it to have this Lava Hound that's going to run across the base. Look, it pulls a Seeking Air Mine. There goes the Rage Spell for the Headhunter, and the loons are just completely mauling this base. Lava Hound still tanking all those back-end defenses, and now we're going to use the Haste Spell on the balloons. That Nado is really effective. It was quite annoying in all of these replays, but does it matter? Not really. We've got the Yetis from the Stone Slammer. They're actually very helpful to tank for your Royal Champion. She's just sitting behind, and it's super easy for her. Now, in terms of my ranking of the three, I would have the Flame Flinger as the strongest, but if you can't get any Flame Flinger value, obviously don't do that. Flame Flinger, Stone Slammer, then Yeti Bomb. Yeti Bomb's basically, if you've got no other plan and there's good Yeti Bomb value, then use that in case of emergency. But really, the other methods are better, but that is the most in-detailed look I can give for you of how to Queen Charge Lalo. That's it for the Town Hall 14 top 3 attack strategies video. Let us know down below, did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Is there any attack strategies you'd like to see in this video?